Hello, Doug Lawfer here. Today we're going to be talking about Microsoft Excel and being introduced to this disruptive and wonderful application from Microsoft. The Electronic Spreadsheet is the most powerful app that we have, and the one that we're studying is Microsoft. Excel is Microsoft's version of the electronic spreadsheet or ledger. And why is it the most powerful? Well, it's a transformative technology, as you will see. Secondly, it's a disruptive technology. And thirdly, it's a technology that changes everything, or did change everything. Let me first of all discuss examples of disruptive technologies. There was a gentleman by the name of Cyrus Field back in 1854, came up with a vision to lay the transatlantic cable so that communications could be eventually carried on intercontinentally between Europe and the United States. It began with England and the U.S. It was first completed in August 5th, 1858. This was a transformative technology. It was disruptive in the sense that it changed everything for everybody around the world. In this figure over to the right, you can see the cable looks very much like coaxial cable that you might see today with your television cable system. Here's a picture of Mr. Field. Another disruptive technology is radio. There's still a theoretical question as to who invented radio, Nikola Tesla or Marconi. Of course, another disruptive and transformative technology is the airplane. Another one is the telephone. We might add to that the cellular telephone today. Another disruptive technology was the development of the transistor. The transistor became the basis for another disruptive technology, computers and information technology. Now, the electronic spreadsheet is also a disruptive technology because it is the first application that justified business purchasing computers en masse. That meant that the price of the personal computer went down such that it became a commodity, and almost anybody could afford them. And in fact, in many homes today, there's more than one computer. So disruptive technologies or transformative technologies are positive technologies. They change the world. They change all of our lives in communications, with radio, the airplane, the telephone, the transistor, the computer, the spreadsheet. Let's briefly consider it, and then I'll ask you what other disruptive technologies can you think of. So far this semester, we've been looking at Microsoft Word, and Word, we know from the common user interface, has a tab layout, and its frame is the document itself, and here we're looking at it in print layout. In Microsoft PowerPoint, the fundamental object for framing information is the placeholder, and of course the layout is a tabbed layout as well, common user interface. And now Microsoft Excel, we have the same tabbed interface. There's the backstage view, the home tab ribbon, the insert tab with its ribbon, page layout, and of course we're going to have other functions in this application because it is different. we still have the View tab as we had in the other two applications we've looked at as well. Of course, I could mention Microsoft Outlook as well. Here's the Review tab ribbon on which the spell checker, the research, control, and thesaurus are located. Let's go back to the Home tab ribbon. Now, Excel is laid out with the fundamental building block of being the cell itself, just one cell, and in the cell is where we enter values. The purpose of Excel is to make calculations. And let me put 1, 2, 3 here. Then I'm going to use the fill handle, F-I-L-L, the fill handle. Then I'm going to drag this down all the way to 100 to create a series of 100 numbers. And you'll notice that the layout of Excel is based on columns that are lettered and rows that are numbered. In fact, the columns go all the way over to XFD, okay, and the rows go as far as, let's see, up to 1,000,000. Right here, 1,048,576 rows. We'll discuss with respect to big data why this is so important. But you'll remember that I created a series of numbers here, 1 to 100. And now let me show you how I can calculate the sum of these numbers, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. And you'll notice on the Home tab ribbon here that there is a formula here called auto sum, and this function is used so often that it's actually on the ribbon in the editing group. I can also hold down the Alt key and tap the equal sign, and it enters the sum, and you'll notice that all of those values from row 1 through 100 are entered, and the formula is up here in the formula bar. And now I can click the check mark to enter the results of that formula, and that is the number 5,050. That would be the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 all the way to 100. Next, I'd like to show you how formulas are entered in Excel. We use the equal sign first. Then let's say I put 1 plus 2. So on the right-hand side of the equation, I have my arguments or my values. If I click the check mark, the result of the formula shows up in the cell, the left-hand side of the equation. Let me do this in this one. I'll put equals 1 minus 2. And I can press enter as well to get my result. Then I can put equals 2 times 2. And I'll use the check mark up here in the formula bar to enter my result. There's the result for 4. Then I can have equals 4 divided by 2. And here you can see we use the right-hand side when we construct an equation or formula, and the results display in the corresponding cell. Notice up here in the address or the name box, it shows the location of the cell that has focus. All right, this is part 1 of my video on an introduction to Excel. Have yourself a great day. See you next time.